Welcome to another Cadence Text videos. This one here today is going to be about one of our products that we've had for a little bit, but this is a newer version of it. This is known as the Xam500 4, but in the Bluetooth model. What this means is simply is that it has a Bluetooth receiver. You can see here, on the image here that the Bluetooth receiver is sitting up here. This also happens to be a marine grade type amplifier, which means that you have you can put it in water, basically any general wet application. You can put this in, whether it be salt water or fresh water. It has what's known as a conformal coating on all the circuits, so that way you can actually splash water on it and it won't actually have any problems. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this real quick. Oops. Inside the box comes a nice little, this is the actual owner's manual registration card information. You're going to have two high-level cables here. Both of these are for your high-level inputs to be used when you go to mount this, using high levels straight off the radio or something like that. You also get wiring kit. This comes with the Allens and everything and screws also for what you need to do for the installation. Now to the amplifier really quick. As you can see, let me throw this box over here. Whoops. Alright, so comes in a nice little black bag and everything for, let's see. So, alrighty, so down to the nitty-gritty of this amplifier. Okay, I pulled the unit out and I've gone ahead and put a little bit of power on it so we can actually see what's going on. As you can see immediately and stuff, the controls here are backlit from the backside, so it's easy for you to be able to see, especially in a dark location, such as inside of a boat hull, inside of an RV, inside of an ATV, like buried somewhere and stuff like that, and you just got to be able to see it. Or like, say, behind the back of a seat. I actually know this personally myself. I was doing a Toyota Tundra, and it's very nice to have this, because I just have this sliver of an area to be able to see, behind the seat, and this is really nice to have. The first two controls are level controls, so that's front and rear. The second two are bass controls. These are bass boost controls, I should say specifically. This gives you 0 to 12 dB of boost. The two next controls are going to be your low pass filter. That is set from 50 to 150. And then also the two switches here are going to be high pass filter, low pass filter, both front and rear. And then the last two controls here are going to be your high level controls, high pass controls, 50 to also 150. Now on the end of the amplifier here, we've got our power and ground and remote turn on. So power here, remote, and ground. These are an 8-gauge connections. It makes it really simple to install this because this is a D-class full range. It's a high efficiency amplifier, and we don't have to worry about having to run a 4-gauge power wire. Here in the outputs, you're looking at front and rear, or 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Just depends on which way you want to do it. So your top two are one set of channels, and the other two are the bottom two sets of channels. On the back side, or on the input side of it and stuff, you're going to notice that you have also 4 inputs. So you're looking at front and rear, or 1 and 2, 3 and 4, however you want to configure it. Here, these are going to be your high-level input connections here. Now, on this high-level input connections, we have a ground and a plus and a ground. And what that is, there's a center black wire, and that center black wire is actually a noise. Say, for instance, you're running into some engine noise issues and stuff like that. You use that to ground the source. So that we can try to eliminate that engine noise. The little small switch here is the smart auto sensing system. So you don't have to have a remote turn on. You can actually power this up. Once you have high level inputs into it, you can actually put the auto sense on. It'll automatically turn the amplifier on. And here's the catch, or the fun part of these amplifiers. We have Rca Outs. Now this is where this gets fun. Because this is a Bluetooth unit, this means now this gets to be the first one in line of what you're doing. And so what we're going to do is we just simply take our phone, power the phone up, go into our Bluetooth settings, scan for the devices, scan for the devices and such here. I have the Cadence device here. Bring it up, put the code in for it, and voila, now we have Bluetooth, as you can see indicated here. So now our audio source is now our phone. So with that being said, now that this is our physical audio source and stuff, we can now take these outputs here and we can run into another amplifier, such as a subwoofer amplifier, another 4-channel amplifier, whatever we want to do. This becomes our head unit, okay? Now the same thing can be said with our BTM1, which would be kind of redundant to do because the BTM1 is also a Bluetooth module, but you could technically do that if you wanted to. But because this amplifier has the RCA outputs, there's no necessary for you to do that. And that's what I really like about this little amplifier. I use this amplifier a lot in like motorcycles. I do a lot of motorcycle pags. And I show off a lot of the features of this amp. One of the things I like is a lot of these high-end bikes I'm doing, I don't have to run an RCA cable from front to back because they're just going to use simply their head unit, their phone as the head unit. And voila, there you are. It's done. I mean, it's like brainless type situation. So if anybody has ever tried to run RCAs through a frame rail, ain't so much fun. But anyway, that's basically the lowdown here on the BTM, the 500.4 BTM amplifier. And